Hey, folks. Hey now. Hey now. Isn't that what Howard says? Hey now. Good morning. 706 889 9700. Get involved with the conversation. There's the email address. That's a 24/7 phone number. There's the email address. There's the time. We are in LJ. Let's get all that straight. And there are all the ways you can follow us on social media. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. It's one of those where do you start kind of days. Now, the Oscar goes to for the comedy of the year, the Democrat debate. Wow, last night, Margaret Brennan stepping in. Hey, you guys, shut the hell up, man. Can you follow the damn rules? Here's what I love, okay? Are you ready? I'm serious. Are you ready for coronavirus stock market meltdown day 3? As we've said in the past, okay? As we've said in the past, the economy is what is left. Nothing left. The only way they can get Donald Trump is the economy, okay? So when you start reading, now, do you think, your host here, the ultimate conspiracy theorist, do you think China created the coronavirus in a petri dish? Do you? More cases, and this is on the Guardian this morning headline, coronavirus news. Who says more new cases outside China every day than inside? Who? Expert tells world to access expert of China and prepare for potential pandemic. CNN, they're running in the streets screaming. I mean, panic is broke out. What was that song? Panic at the Disco. CNN has gone nuts over this thing. Nuts. Do you hear can we hear it, or did we figure that out? That's okay. McFly, I'm talking to you. They don't talk back to me. I just talk to myself. I feel like the old morning. You know, it's okay. There's a couple things I want to be clear on. Very clear on. Number 42, okay? The die has been cast. Is that 42? Well, then the other 42. Then I screwed up. There's 2 of them. The other one. Not that one. You can give me that one. There you go. The die has been cast. Means I cannot take it back. I can't change it. It's done. Finished. I will daily do everything to expose the Brian Kemp great smoke screen, the governor there, and the fake Kelly Loeffler. She is fake. Look at the governor there. He's pictured like, I like to caption it like, how the hell did I get in this? Was it worth it all? I don't know. But we'll talk about that a little later daily. Now we can go to the other 42-1. My guest this morning, Fannin County. Well, wait a minute. Let's jump around. I'm getting all mixed up. Go to 44. Last night, Fannin County, Georgia. Okay. Now, is it ironic? Last night, Fannin County, Georgia Board of Commissioners, there they are, and Stan, the chairman, did vote yes. They passed a resolution making Fannin County, Georgia, the next Second Amendment sanctuary county in the state of Georgia. The next one. There they are. And after they did that, there was like, the room was packed. If they can get 100, there was 120 because they were lined on the walls. If it gets 120, there was 150. Whatever. But it was packed last night. Probably about 30 speakers came up. And I'm going to say 27 in favor of the resolution, maybe 3 opposed. But we'll talk about that in a minute, because last night after the Democrat debate, okay, let me see which one here. I think I have it. This guy right here, go to 27, and then Joe Biden, all of the Democrats last night, it kindly reiterated to me, maybe not to you, but to me, it kindly reiterated, hold on, I might have it here somewhere, that, hold on a minute, I have it here somewhere. But it just, after last night's debate, just drove home the concerns we have about our Second Amendment. It just did. Joe screamed at the camera and said, hey, we're coming after you. Okay? So gun manufacturers in the United States, they manufacture weapons for a whole list of reasons. But if you take the responsibility, because you're the one that has the responsibility, and you pick it up and you pull the trigger at someone with an intention, I don't want to say good or bad, but in defense or in a bad way, you are responsible. The manufacturer's done when they manufacture that gun, and they have no intention, and we will talk about that this morning. Our guest this morning, number 42, okay, and let me just get to that really quickly. It's Douglas. His name's Douglas. Let me get it. DeMore. I think it's Douglas DeMore. I will make sure I get a correct pronunciation. He is the Fannin County Democratic Party chairman, Douglas is, and he is going to join us this morning to talk about Fannin County becoming a sanctuary county, Second Amendment sanctuary county. So that's a couple things we have going on. Now, last night, go ahead and get that off the screen there. Last night, the Democrats held a debate. Let me just go to number 28, okay? Now, I like to jump across the pond, not literally as Bruce says, oh, well, you just jumped across the pond. I'm going to go to the Independent, okay, across the pond there. They're all worked up because Trump gave a kid a job right out of college. I love it. I love it. Trump White House branded insane for handing top job to student. Hey, I got the business. For the person out there that gave me the business the other day that I want Mr. Smith to go to Washington, why, no, we don't need Mr. Smith in Washington. Nobody needs to send out a mechanic. We need somebody that knows the rules, and we need somebody that understands the procedure and especially understands this or that. Damn it, I think we should have 535 Mr. Smith goes to Washington, and I hope none of them know the damn rules, and I hope none of them know the damn procedures, because let me tell you something, we're in a damn mess, and look at what all the experience has got us. Now, saying that, back to my original comments. The Independent over there, so Pete Buttigieg cancels Florida fundraiser citing sickness, so we know Pete's sick. Where's the other one I want? Here's the one. Now, if this guy becomes president of the United States, gay conversion therapy. I always have to do that just to try to keep my feet on the ground. Holy mackerel. Gay conversion therapy. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Gay conversion therapy, this is 2 hours ago, just came up 2 hours ago, may be banned. Where the hell is it? All these pop-ups. May be banned in 9 countries, including U.S. and Canada. So I think last night, Pete should have been asked. I mean, this came up just only 2 hours ago. Only 3 nations worldwide currently outlaw the practice. Global momentum is growing to ban so-called gay conversion therapy, with bills drawn up in 9 countries, a rights group said on Wednesday. U.S., Canada, Chile, Mexico, Germany are among the countries seeking to outlaw the treatment, which includes practices from electroshock to praying away the gay. Gay conversion therapy. I wish we'd ask him, hey, what do you think of gay conversion therapy? There you go. What's you and your wife or husband? Anyhow, this guy gets elected. There will be a national coming out day. Now, maybe there already is, and I don't know it, because I missed right. It went right over my head. But if this guy gets elected president of the United States, they will be, the next holiday will be an LGBTQ. They don't have a good holiday. What holiday belongs to them? They'll have one, and it'll be National Coming Out Day, and they'll have parties, and Pete will, invite 9-year-olds to the White House so they can come out to the world on National Coming Out Day. I'm just saying. Huh? Is there really? Hell, October 11th. That means I missed it. I could always be ready for next year. Holy smoke. You're serious? Where's this show going? So you're going to, coronavirus, I think it was created. But let's go there before we take a break. Or let's take a break, because I want to come back. We're going to talk about the debate, I promise. We're going to talk about Second Amendment sanctuary city. We're going to get the Democrat perspective of that. And I'm so concerned over this gay conversion therapy. I've got to go to break. But look at here. The governor, not the governor, I'm on a roll here. I think I'm doing well today, whether you like it or not. The mayor of San Francisco, we're going to cue that up, because when we come back, that's going to be next. Where the hell is she at? I had her somewhere here. There she is, number 11. CDC, not if coronavirus will spread in the U.S., but when. Is that 31? Well, get the other one up. What the hell? Did I duplicate all of them today? All right, so not if. This is the mayor. Lawmakers' fault. Administrators' lack of strong response to outbreak. Now, she has declared in San Francisco a state of emergency over the coronavirus. Now, I don't know if they have one case, but they have. But it's okay to do this on the streets of San Francisco, number 5. This is true. This is true, folks. I should have given a warning. Get that off the screen. That should have come with a warning, Destiny. Actually, Destiny should have said, hey, I think there should be a warning. You're the one that should pull me back. Yeah, you can take a crap on the street in San Francisco. Number 6. This is the cover-up of the poop in the streets of San Francisco. Yeah, on a poop. Yeah, on a poop. There it is, covered up. They're cleaning it up. And number 4, they have this little homeless problem that may be, watch and listen and read how the homeless problem in this country may be the next disease, or, well, I say disease, but next virus, coronavirus, yes, plague with this right here. This is just, day-to-day operations in San Francisco, but that coronavirus, oh, we need to have a state of emergency. Why? When you declare a state of emergency, you can use funds different. That's all it means to these damn people. Holy mackerel. I'll tell you what. No, I'm going to tell you right after the break. And don't forget, we have Fannin County Democrat Party, Douglas DeMore, I think is his name. We'll get the correct pronunciation. It's wrong. My apology. He will be on at 8:40 to talk about the Second Amendment Sanctuary County that was passed last night in Fannin County. And also this guy here, number 43, Earl Johnson, announced last night. Now, this is a local thing, but he is Post 1 commissioner. He has served 7.5 years in Fannin County. Great guy. He announced last night in a video that he will not be seeking a third term. But he didn't go away quietly. He said a couple things. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back after this message with some Dem video. Woo, crazy train. Ozzy Osbourne. Take his break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hey, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Going through some text messages, some emails, whatever it may be. Now, folks, look, I told you this, and this is actually for, okay. There's a couple, for the most part, thank you very much. There's a phone number 24/7. There's the email address. What if you want to become part of the team? I mean, there's got to be news reporters out there. There's got to be real news reporters that want an opportunity to actually write for an organization that doesn't edit away what you're trying to say. Wow, I could do that. I could put that in a rap song. Anyhow, there you go. And there's all the social media ways you could follow the show. 821. I'm on a roll this morning, feeling good. I hope you are, all over the world. Now, let me say this, okay? Overwhelming response on my article concerning the possibility of a deal between Governor Brian Kemp and Kelly Loeffler. Overwhelming. Thank you very much. But I do have the space cadets out there that are going nuts on social media, going nuts. And this is not nuts, but one individual keeps taking me to task because of my Mr. Smith comment in there. Okay? And I always love, I really do, I love when somebody takes me to task on something I'm thinking or said, and the very next day, the president does almost exactly what I'm talking about. Give me, and when I do this, I'm going to put this in the segment because this is two things. They're going nuts, and I cannot, I don't know if I can enjoy this anymore. Number 45. Now, this is the headline from the Independent across the pond. Trump news, live, insane and depressing. White House hands top role to college student as president leaves New Delhi amid worst anti-Muslim violence in decades. Now that's a headline on the Independent this morning. Independent, I don't give a rat's. It's over there across the pond. But look at that. Insane. Now, let me say jokingly, okay, read this. Insane and depressing. White House hands top role to college student as president leaves New Delhi, okay? Maybe he had, give me the number 42, the second 42 with Kelly. Maybe the president had a contest. Maybe everybody got a number and they spun the thing and picked the ball out. Maybe the president had a website where he allowed people to apply for said job, and the kid got it. Maybe he actually handled it in a way that Brian Kemp told you in Georgia he would handle replacing a senator. Now let me say this. I know you're going to say, that's foolish. It's foolish. You're a fool to speak like that, but I am almost ready in this country to do the lottery ball thing at like 6:58 before the news comes on and get the lady or guy, whatever the hell up there, and put like 2,000 numbers in and pick out 535 new numbers. I'm almost ready to take that damn chance in this country. That's how bad I think things suck in Washington, D.C. Sorry if I said that and offended you. And I don't care. Well, what about if the majority goes to a single party and you pick? I don't care. That's where I'm at. Republicans just keep telling me a better lie. Democrats are telling the damn truth right now. Exactly. Get mad at me if you wish. They're socialists. They're going to take your guns. They're going to take your health care. They're going to tax the hell out of you. They're going to have gay day at the White House. Whatever. They're telling you the damn truth. I mean, you could get mad at me all day long. Republicans are campaigning on lowering prescription prices. The Republicans are campaigning on thing after thing after thing that they're not fulfilling. Well, they're not in the majority right now. So, hey, it's on you. I understand we once were, so let's move on. That's not where I was going. Where the hell was I going? Anyhow, Maybe that's the way you do it, Governor Kemp. I love this one. This is my Governor Kemp. What the hell did I do? Look. So they're freaking out that Trump gave kid the job. But let's go back to Corona Crazy. Corona Crazy, there you go. So anyhow, do you have, this is the mayor of San Francisco. Do you have that video? Mayor of San Francisco. I don't know. Let me see. I got it here somewhere, kid. I think I found it. Play that for me.
Even before she announced the emergency declaration, Mayor London Breed said this.
There have been no confirmed cases in San Francisco.
And she repeated that statement several times, saying today's emergency declaration is all about getting prepared.
Mobilizing our city resources, streamlining staffing, coordinating agencies across the city, allowing for future reimbursements by the state and federal government.
And she added, raising awareness about how to be prepared in the event that the virus surfaces in the community. The director of public health said the declaration allows the county to put more clinicians on call around the clock, along with nurses and case managers.
It allows us to look at things like shelters and other opportunities for us.
Come back to me. Hit the panic button. Can you hear them screaming out there at San Francisco? Hit the panic. Panic in the disco, baby. Panic in the disco. They're going nuts. Kill the panic. I can't take it no more. Anyhow, all right, so not a confirmed case. Not one. Stock market crashing, baby. Not a confirmed case one. Put this whack jobs picture up, all right? Not one single confirmed case. Oh, 31. Not a single confirmed case. Right here. But at the same time she's saying this, right? We don't have a single confirmed case. Why, we don't even know if there'll ever be a case. But we think there'll be an emergency somewhere. The same time she's at the mayor's office or whatever doing this, this old guy, Larry, number 5, is taking a crap on 5th and Elm. So she's over there at number 31. I told you to quit putting that up. Don't listen to me on that. So she's over there telling you, well, we don't have a single confirmed case. Not a one, not a one. Nah, not a one. We don't know if there'll ever be one. Now, we know Larry's over there taking a crap on 5th and Elm, and we got a crew, we got the poop crew over here, and we got the homeless problem over there on Citrus in Cedar. But right now, we don't have a single case of the coronavirus, so what I'm going to do is participate in the panic. Give me the panic. They're going nuts, folks. It's Coronavirus Panic Day. 3, Corona Crazy. Bat crap Corona Crazy, Day 3. Oh, by the way, Trump gave a kid a job. Fresh out of college. Wonder if it'll pay his college debt. Bernie must be freaking out. How can I have such a great day like this? I mean, I have to take a minute and thank God for this. I'm not being whatever, blasphemy or whatever. I just said thank God for everything He has showered down for me to have so much fun this morning talking about Democrats, talking about Freddie taking a crap on 5th and Elm. All right, so let's go through. Now, this is Corona Crazy, okay? Now, at every time you feel it need to run the panic button, you go ahead and do that. It's almost like Godzilla. Remember when we were kids? I don't know how old you are, but you remember when we rushed home from after school, we got down on the carpet there next to the old TV and all the guys, and it was raining or Saturday morning, and Godzilla was tearing the hell out of Tokyo, and everybody was screaming. Remember that? That's Corona. There you go. Let me see what I have here. Give me number 35. That damn Trump predicted optimism ahead of the sell-off. Dow closed 897 points, now down 8%. That damn Trump. And look, number 34. Trump projected optimism ahead of sell-off. It's lost $1.7 trillion in value. I didn't lose a damn dime yesterday. Now I want to know something, Destiny. I'm putting you on the spot, but how much money did you lose yesterday? 0. She said 0. You just can't see her. She shakes her head. She don't want to get in the show. I'm trying to get her in the show. She won't get in the show. She would do a great job. But she lost 0. If you lost money, I'm sorry. Listen, I don't claim to know how to play the stock market. But if you're out there right now thinking the stock market is done on a hunch, that some guy is reading the ticker tape, you know, there's a little Jewish fella down in the basement. That's a true story. I'll tell you later, okay? And he's reading the ticker tape and he says, buy, buy, sell, sell. It's not happening anymore, okay? It's all on the computer. Billions of dollars have been put into computer algorithms. I'm on a roll anyhow. And billions of dollars, and if things start trending, they go up and they automatically buy. You could set it any way you want. 1.7 crashed. I didn't feel a damn thing, but I know if you're driving to work this morning and you're listening to the radio, you're worried about driving home. It's worse than a snowstorm. If you're headed to Atlanta, now let me tell you, geographically, we're an hour and 10 minutes from Atlanta if the traffic's not up this time of morning. If you're headed down there to work, I mean, your nerves are shot. You may turn around about Canton or Holly Springs. Excuse me, folks, that was bad. And come back home in fear of the virus. You know how you stop these damn viruses and stuff? Quit pissing in the subway, okay? That's the bottom line, okay? Quit pissing in the city buses and the subway in New York City, okay? When you go to the restaurant, piss in the damn urinal and quit doing it on the floor. I mean, we're nasty. In America, we just get nasty as hell. And then the coronavirus. Destiny, I probably should have never said that. But anyhow, let's go with this. Number 33, okay? Number 33. Oh, Kudlow doubles down. But stock futures are already 331 in the tank this morning. I mean, number 32. Panic in the disco, baby. Panic. Kudlow doubles down in U.S. response to outbreak. Here we go. Now you got to get the lady from the CDC, number 30. She never comes out of a room. She only comes out of a room. Like, this is almost like Poxitani Phil here. She only comes out when she predicts like a catastrophe or CDC. It's not if, but when coronavirus spreads in the U.S. Can't you hear the panic? Oh, my God. Yeah, this is Poxitani Phil at the CDC. She comes out just every once in a while, stands at the mic and says, we're seeing the when. We've moved it from if to when. Oh, my God, stocks are crumbling. China has nothing to do with this? Oh, hell, you say. All right, let's go on further here. I'll get you a couple more. Let's see. We're going to do the debate. We're going to talk about the Second Amendment sanctuary city when our guest comes on. This one's at Trump did it. It's a Trump did it again. There should be a song. I'm going to do a rap song. Trump did it again. I'm going to produce one because number 20 here. Risking public health. Why Trump rolled the dice. He said just yesterday, don't get all bent out of shape. Now we got the guys to the right. Did you see these guys? I was in a grocery store. Won't name it. They might get upset. Just yesterday. And people are all floating around in their suits already. Did you see that, Destiny? They're floating around in their suits. Oh, hell yeah, it's all over. People buying full suits with masks and everything. It's crazy as friggin' hell, folks. Crazy as hell. They're just screaming. The media is crooked as all hell, risking public health. Here's another, and the reason I took these screenshots, you're wondering like the screenshots, is because of how they try to put the image in your brain and how they, this is 18, look at number 18, Dow Jones is down, right? Trump projected optimism ahead of sell-off. Oh, number 17, she loves to report this. Christine Roma at 4 a.m. This is 4:13. Trump projected even with the sell-off. Let me see if MSNBC got in on the game because we got to go to break. Give me 12. They're in on the game too. 5:02 a.m. right out of the box. They come on at 5. CDC warns Americans to prepare for coronavirus. Number 11, coronavirus will spread in U.S. CDC says. I'm not coming out of the damn house. No, I am not. Number 9, they love to report it too. CDC warns Americans to prepare for coronavirus. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. But let me go with this one, and we're going to close because my guest is coming up from the Fannin County Democratic Party Chair, Doug Demore. We'll make sure we're pronouncing this gentleman's name correct when I get him on the line. Number 8, college senior hired for senior White House role, 23-year-old Trump loyalist James Brown Bacon hired for top. He's a Trump loyalist. Let's see, he hasn't had time to go through the deep state. He hasn't had time to be a part of the intelligence community and be deep state. He's not deep state. Oh, hell, you say. Let's take a break. When we come back, it'll be our guest. We'll talk about the Second Amendment Sanctuary County, Fannin County, and what's going on with that across this country, especially in the South, with Virginia and Georgia, with the chairman of the Fannin County Democrat Party, Douglas Demore. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Lower Chevy prices? Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done. With huge savings on a massive new Chevy selection. Now save over $12,000 off new Silverados. More than $8,000 off new Equinox. You'll save thousands no matter which Chevy you choose. Lower prices, more for your trade, and outstanding customer care. Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, before I introduce my next guest, I need some pictures. I don't know why my studio went away. I need some pictures here. Last night at the Fannin County Board of Commissioners meeting, last night at the Fannin County Board of Commissioners meeting, the commissioners, that's Fannin County, Georgia. We have some national viewers. The commissioners voted on a Second Amendment sanctuary county resolution. And could I get somebody to put some pictures up for me? Number 44 is a picture. Number 44 is a picture. Sorry about the delay. I just we're working on something else technically, so let me get back here. Number 44, this is a picture of the Fannin County Board of Commissioners. The gentleman to the far, I guess, I don't know, your left or right, I would say in the blue shirt, but all three. The center is Stan Helton. He's the chairman of the commission, and then you have Glenn Patterson and Earl Johnson, Post 1. They voted unanimously on the resolution. About 100 people in the room, maybe 30 people stood up and spoke. I'm going to say 27-3, 27 for it, 3 against. So what we want to do this morning is get the position and hear the side of Fannin County Democrat Party. And with me now is the chairman of the Fannin County Democrat Party, Douglas DeMore. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Brian. I'm good.
Okay, so you sent me a message immediately last night. Wanted to know if you could come on and respond. So here you are. Respond to Fannin County. I'd like to do a couple things. Respond to Fannin County. The commission's need to pass this Second Amendment sanctuary resolution. What is going on in Georgia and what is going on nationally with this? So start with Fannin County and what you wanted to discuss this morning.
Well, I watched, I was returning home from a trip and couldn't make it back in town to actually attend the meeting last night, because that was my intention. And then I found out that you were playing it on Facebook Live and watched the entire meeting. And, what I saw last night was it started off as this talking about this resolution, but it kind of devolved into a we're coming for your guns, don't Second Amendment protection. And what I really felt like I didn't understand, I don't think anybody really understood what the Second Amendment sanctuary county means. And so in my opinion, this is what I think a Second Amendment sanctuary amendment resolution means. It refers to the states or local counties that if adopted laws or resolutions stop them from enforcing certain gun control measures like universal background checks or red flag laws. And none of that was really talked about, other than what people came up to say. And while I appreciate everybody's passion that they had and stood up and spoke about the right to bear arms, taking their guns away really isn't what this subject was about. I'm a gun owner. I'm not in favor of taking anybody's guns away. But we can all agree there's still too much gun violence in this country.
Is there gun violence? No, wait a minute. Is there gun violence, or are there people that use guns? Are there violent people that use guns? Because I will tell you, I'm gonna say right there, that's where it kind of gets me. Is when I hear gun violence, I think there's violent people that use guns. So why do you say gun violence? Why do you say?
Well,
that?
I absolutely agree that it's violent people that have access to guns, and that's what some of these laws that are trying to be passed, such as red flag and background checks, will prevent some of these people from access to weapons. Under federal law right now, you got to go, if you walk into a gun store, you got to have a background check. And about 75 to 80% of all sales are go through a gun show. But the rest of it is private gun sales and gun shows, show purchases that don't get recorded or don't do background checks properly. And that's where if we can close that gap and keep the ability of violent people from accessing guns.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. There's bad people with guns. I agree with that, and I agree that bad people have access to guns. But let's just say this: if we put it in a frame of background checks, and we put it in a frame of bad people that have guns, if we look through the major cities in the United States, the percentage of bad people that have guns is much higher than the bad people that got it at a gun show. Now don't take me wrong. I don't want to debate the background check, but if we start talking about the Constitution and the Second Amendment, and you're talking about background checks, there's a lot of people that believe, and this is all, sir, this is all of the Constitution. There's certain people that believe that any law after that is stepping on their Constitution. There's people that believe that if you want to walk over your constitutional right, and if you want to walk over, when you talk gun show, to your neighbor and you have 3 guns and you want to trade, there's people that believe there's nothing wrong with that in America. Now, that's not my debate this morning, but there has to be. Well, let me ask you this, and I want to give you full time. Why do you think Virginia, after seeing the legislation that they put forward and attempted, why do you think that this is catching on? Why do you think people are so concerned? Just out of fear?
It's more out of fear, and there is, and part of what I saw coming out of the commissioner's mouths last night was some fear mongering, and bringing that fear to light, that they're going to come for your guns. If we have to give them up, we're going to get taken over by some other government or our own government, and that's really, and that fear has to be overcome by common sense, and common sense is doing common sense gun legislation that protects everybody's right to still own their guns, but again, to make it harder and harder for people that don't need to have access guns. Well, and I'm not just talking about violent criminals. I'm talking about people that have mental issues and things like that. Let me just talk about red flag law, because everybody's saying, "Oh, I'm so much against it." A red flag law is basically a family member or a law enforcement can go to a state court and order temporary removal of the firearms who says, I'm dangerous to myself or to other people. And then the judge issues it, and then the local jurisdiction of police, sheriffs, whatever, can go to that person and say, you must surrender your firearms. And here's an example. And someone said, it's not that violent up here. Almost a year ago, it'll be March 4th, a year ago, there was a gentleman in Morganton, Joshua Lee Fultz, went to his girlfriend's house, shot her in the head, shot her 3-year-old son in the head, and then shot himself in the head. If she had the ability under the red flag law to go to a court, or the police go to the court and say, this woman is in fear for her life, and that they may have, I'm not saying that it was definitely that, but that red flag law could possibly have taken those weapons away from that man, and those people could be alive today. And so that's violence that came right here in Fannin County that may have been prevented by a simple gun legislation law.
All right, well, let me say this. I'll be the first to say there's Republican talking points. I mean, I watch both sides. You use a lot of the Democrat talking points when you talk about common sense legislation. Now, let's talk about when you bring up a violent act that did take place, and you frame that, and then you say common sense gun legislation. The people I hear last night and the people I'm hearing from, we have history. We have history in the books. We have Hitler. I mean, our list can go on and on of the history we have in the books and what happened to the people in that country when they confiscated all guns and we were dependent on a government. So I think this starts going down the line of, we don't want to be dependent on the government, and what the Second Amendment is truly our founding fathers meant. So so you think it scare tactic last night? I mean, So what is the Democrat, Fannin County official Democrat response to this, if there is one? And again, I asked you, and I don't have a clear answer. Don't take that wrong, sir, but this is taking off, and everybody can't be just seeing it. There's some reason Americans are fearing this. There's some reason. And I'm not a member of the NRA. I own a weapon. I believe in the Second Amendment. But there's something that this is really taking off. So why do you think, one more time, why Americans have so much fear that their weapons are in jeopardy?
And I can tell you that it's not every American that has fear of their weapons. From the point of a Democrat, and I'm a Democrat and a gun owner, I don't have fear that the government's going to take away my weapons. What is happening is there are media outlets such as Fox News and some of the other right media outlets that are fueling that. They're coming for your guns. And that's being fueled by, I believe, the NRA. So, and I'm not an NRA member. And like I said, I own 5 guns, and I'm not any much concerned that they're coming for my guns.
Sir, Fox News, I get it. I'm with you. I understand. I go down the road. I watch CNN at 4 a.m. I watch MSNBC at 5 a.m. Very seldom do I watch Fox News. So I'm going to go down the road with you. When you say it's like Fox News and the NRA, sir, CBS had the debate last night, not Fox. And I watched those candidates clearly insinuate they're coming for our gun. Now, did you miss that last night? Did you miss Joe Biden screaming at the camera, we're coming after you? So that wasn't Fox News last night. I think exactly what we watched last night is why some people have fear that if the Democrat Party gets the kind of control they would like, they would come for your guns. Now, I mean, I'm just saying that.
And I'm going to say that, and I watched the debate last night, and I specifically watched that section. And in most cases, those candidates didn't talk about every gun. They talked about one type of gun, which is the assault-style AR-type weapon, which is not made for hunting. And it never was made for hunting. I hunt. I don't hunt with or could see needing to hunt with an AR-15.
The Second Amendment wasn't written for hunting.
I understand it wasn't written for hunting, but what I'm saying is the Second Amendment was written, and had been interpreted many ways over the years, and that is the one point that these Democrat candidates are dealing with is the assault type weapon or the large magazine type weapons. Again, I personally, I don't think they're ever going to get taken away, but I think that those people who own an assault style weapon should have them registered, and if they sell them or trade them, that weapon should be tracked, because that is a weapon that in the wrong hands can do, as we see in school shootings, church shootings, synagogues, does irreparable damage.
Yeah, but we also I think it was in Texas, saw where somebody that had a gun at the right time, I don't even like to say it like this, minimize loss of life. So
that's correct. But that was a handgun. He didn't take out an AR of his own and shoot the man.
I get that, but when you go back to your constitutional right, I for one, I'm going to tell you, I don't understand why we go and pay for a permit that our Constitution, our founding fathers already gave us the right to. So now I don't want to get down that road, but when you keep stacking on, and that's what I was telling you earlier, every gun law on top of the Constitution. Now, if you want to do what maybe you're saying, let's have a constitutional convention. All right, and amend. And I don't want people out there to think I'm advocating it. But I don't want more laws. If you want to do what you're talking about, let's have a constitutional convention, and let's amend the Second Amendment to meet what you and maybe some think we should do, and then it will be the Constitution that I'm living under, not laws by politicians that could be in power today and not tomorrow. I don't know. What say you?
You know, this issue of the sanctuary county is what sort of I'm focused on today. But you know, it's preventing unnecessary gun violence by people who shouldn't own guns. You know, over 50 women are killed every month by a firearm from an intimate partner. That's crazy. You know, in a domestic violence situation,
I get it.
I mean, and a red flag law could prevent that. You know, a firearm in a domestic use situation increase the risk, 500%. This is crazy stuff.
All right. Well, look, what I think. Let's go back to last night, okay? So
Yep.
let me upset the viewers. Let me upset the viewers because I am Second Amendment, purely Second Amendment, okay? I actually support the Second Amendment sanctuary county resolutions. I do. Last night was a political stunt by Stan Helton.
Yes,
I know
it was.
I'm in big trouble. I'm in major big trouble. Just the bottom line, okay? So that's my opinion. Now I understand you're happy out there, and I'm happy this morning. Mr. Damori, I want you to know I'm happy they passed it because it does send a signal. It does send a signal to the government that, hey, wait a minute, we accept the Second Amendment. We're on board. Legally, what they could do is really almost nothing. But they can't. For those that think that that's what happened, they can't meet the government on 515 at the county line with horses and cars and tanks and take fire. That's not going to happen. But you know yourself, there's some thought out there. They can withdraw funds for certain things that would make it tougher to operate or follow through with some things. So that being said, I am in support. It's just a signal. And I want to say why I have you on the phone also, because this Democrat Party, if I'm going to upset the viewers, let's go the distance. Dixie Carter did not stand up and say she was opposed to the Second Amendment, folks. It's on video, okay? There's some of that going around, and I know she's running for office on the Democrat ticket for Post 1, but she did not say she was against the Second Amendment. Now, she did speak in opposition to the resolution, but her words of "I'm against the Second Amendment" didn't happen, and I felt it was a little unfair. So there you go. What say you?
Well, in one of our meetings, we had a couple of Republicans at there, and we spoke about that, and we had just a quick show of hands of how many people in our party owned guns, and probably 75% of the hands went up, and then how many people are opposed or want in favor of getting rid of taking guns away from everybody, and everybody was opposed to it. So I'm in the same stance as you. I don't think anybody should.
But now you're open-ended on guns. You say guns, and that's a big wide, and I don't. And when Amy Klobuchar says, "Hey, I don't want to do anything to upset my Uncle Dick and his hunting
That's
cabin,"
correct.
Second Amendment's not about. Well, let's just leave. I'm gonna say not about hunting. I could give you a last word on that. I will respect to do that, but I want to talk about actually qualifying next week in Fannin County Democrats if you'll do that with me.
I will, and let me tell you about what we are as a party in Fannin County real quick. We're a party that wants to make sure that the community as a whole is helped and serviced properly. I've gone to 46 out of the 50 states traveled in my time mostly through my work, and I go to a lot of small towns, and you see a lot of systemic poverty where the towns are half closed up, boarded up. The only source of food is Dollar General. And when I come back home to Fannin County, I say, if it wasn't for the mountains and lakes up here that generates our tourism, our county might look just like some of those. But there is still other problems here in Fannin County that a lot of people don't want to deal with or recognize. We're still pushing 16.5% poverty. People live below poverty. Half the school students here receive reduced or free lunches. Affordable housing, rental housing is a big issue here. The number of people going to Feed Fannin and the Family Connections for Foods is at its highest level ever. Our dropout rate in high school is twice the rate of the state average. You know, we want to make those things better. When we're fielding our candidates, you know, we're selecting candidates that are very qualified and have those goals of making this stuff better. And if the residents of Fannin County took the opportunity to meet them and see that their passion for this county, and you know, they might vote for them and instead of what letters next to their name. You know, we're not fooling ourselves. This is an 80-20 county in the third most conservative congressional district in the country. We're never going to flip Fannin County blue, and that's not our goal. What our goal is to put some people on our side of the aisle into these positions to help this county. And you know, this is not like I said, we're looking at the realistic part of the issues that still face a lot of the residents of Fannin County, and a lot of them, you know, voted for Trump, and we've got to make sure that they're taken care of, and that other people in the town here see that.
Okay. Next week is qualifying. There's two things we want to talk about. You did watch a debate last night, but why have you? Next week is qualifying. Are you able to tell us now how many and who will be qualifying for different open elections?
Yes, I can. We have Dixie Carter, of course, is running for Post 1 commissioner.
Okay.
And Kathy Smith, who spoke at the meeting last night, she is running for one of the school board seats.
Okay, I met her.
And then we have 2 or 3 other people who we've been talking to in the last week. I can't mention the names because they won't commit yet 100%, but we think we may have both the other school board seats open. You know, unfortunately, a lot of the other positions are full-time positions and not, you know, a lot of people are retirees. They don't want to take on that type of a position. I mean, I'd run for Stan's position, but it pays a lot less money than I make now in my company. So,
all right,
you know,
let's say this. Sounds like you might be in line for Bernie's wealth tax. Anyhow, no, that's my joke of the day. All right. So last I didn't mean that in disrespect. Last night, let's go to the presidential Democrat candidates debate. Can you tell me who your candidate is? Are you concerned Bernie Sanders is an open socialist that some are calling a communist? Are you concerned that if Bernie's the nominee, that all the down ballot, even as far as Fannin County, will suffer? So what say you? Can you tell us who you're supporting in the presidential side and what you think about what's going on with last night's debate?
I think that that any one of those candidates have the qualifications and the ability to run the country for the most part. I don't think that anybody should worry about a person like Bernie Sanders. I think in the end, this is all going to play itself out. And I don't have one particular one I've locked myself into, and if I did, I don't think I would want to share that right now. But I feel like the Democrat Party will put the proper person in place, and I think everybody knows how important down balloting is in states and counties now. That showed in 2018 where we didn't have a presidential election and we flipped a lot of state and House seats across the country. So if 2018 was a signal of down ballot elections, I'm not concerned about 2020 being a down ballot issue.
Okay, well, I'll disagree, and I hope you'll come back and we talk about that again, because I'm enjoying the conversation. What I'm saying is I think you're not concerned, and let me put this together, you're not concerned with Bernie Sanders, or you're not in fear of, like Chris Matthews says, hey, if it, I will say this, my thing, James Carville, Chris Matthews, others, I read a lot of articles. It's almost like the left is in a meltdown of what could happen if Bernie is the nominee. You don't have concerns with that?
Not at the moment, no, because like I said, the policies that he has talked about for years. They're not all going to, even if he is the nominee and wins the election, they're not all going to come to fruition. People speak about, and I hear the opinion show hosts, because I watch all the other, I don't watch just what you guys consider mainstream media. I watch Fox News, and they sort of spin it a different way that people don't understand when they talk about, example, Medicaid for all is going to cost $35 trillion over 10 years, and we only take in, or $3.5 trillion a year, and we only take in $4.5 trillion a year. But that's not how the math works. You first got to take what we're currently spending in healthcare, and those type of issues, people aren't educated to those type of issues. Not I'm saying I'm in favor of Medicare for all, because I'm not. I think there should be choice, but I think people should be able to get affordable health care. I can tell you, as a business owner, my wife and I are not on any prescription medications. We were paying $2,000 a month in health insurance, not including deductibles and out of pocket and co-pays. That's crazy for two people.
I'm running up. Don't take it wrong. I'm running up on.
I know you got a lot to do, and we can have plenty of conversations another time, Brian.
Did you? Are you? I got one last. I've got a lot of viewers who are going to give me a whole list of questions we should have talked about, but I want to get you back on. Would you have? Are you okay that this guy Bloomberg says he ran as a Republican, although he really wasn't, but his run as a Republican, ran as an independent. Last night it was brought up that the nominee could actually not even be a Democrat. Bernie is not, he caucuses with the Democrats, he's independent. Bloomberg's not a Democrat. Are you concerned with Bloomberg and the amount of money he's pouring into this race to manipulate the outcome?
I'm concerned about all money being put into a race from large corporations. Citizens United should be eliminated. Money should not come from corporations because there's too much influence on elections. And in his case, he's self-funding. We can't stop that right now unless there's laws enacted to stop it. But to say that someone's running as a Republican now as a Democrat, we got to look at our current president, who forever was a Democrat and Democrat supporter, and now suddenly became a Republican. So I'm not worried about someone changing parties or claiming to support one party then run as another. Again, voters will see that and make the proper choice in November.
Can I call you Doug?
Yes.
Doug, will you make a promise to me and the viewers right now we'll do this again real soon?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't mind being on your show, and having spot talks like this is what's important, and to educate the people in Fannin County and your viewers in other counties, because I know you're spread out.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day. I appreciate you coming on, and we'll get you back on real soon. That's Doug Demore. He is the Fannin County Democrat Party chairman, on the line with us this morning. I know out there, I already feel it. I've already got text message, ask this, ask that. You know my rule here, okay, is anytime I have a guest, the guest is never going to leave feeling I disrespect. That's my rule, okay? I don't care. Even if Kelly Loeffler or Loeffler was on here, I would show respect to the senator. But that being said, we'll have Doug back real soon and continue a civil debate on the issues. I'm your host, BKP. When we get back, it's time for Beth Bennett, Tax Tips with Beth Bennett. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Lower Chevy prices? Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done. With huge savings on a massive new Chevy selection. Now save over $12,000 off new Silverados. More than $8,000 off new Equinox. You'll save thousands no matter which Chevy you choose. Lower prices, more for your trade, and outstanding customer care. Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Hey folks, I'm your host BKP. It is time. It's time. I like to
It's
roll
time.
this out. It is time for tax tips with Beth Bennett and Crystal Nadolski. I asked them last week, don't look at me. I asked them last week if you could get on the marquee, and there's the answer. I don't. Can't.
Apparently, Destiny doesn't want her there.
Ooh.
That's not
Wow.
nice. It's okay.
That was not a tax tip, but we're getting ready. Beth Bennett, Crystal, how's that last name go? Nadolski. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Crystal Nadolski, H&R Block. They got 82 offices in the Southeast. You're well on your way or something, but anyhow, every 2 weeks we come up with we talk about a new subject because what I say is it gets that time of the year and it gets that file your taxes frenzy, and we try to deal with certain things that people need to know before filing the taxes, and some questions they might be asked, or some things that they don't realize they can take advantage of. So what's our topic this morning?
So today, with the March 15th filing deadline coming for small business S corps and partnerships, I thought we'd talk about some small business tax tips and credits and deductions.
First of all, pick up on that. The filing date for small business, not sole proprietor.
Not a sole
small
proprietor.
business, LLCs,
Well,
corporations.
LLC is
Little left-
LLC's up here, and then sole proprietors, S corp, and partnership fall.
But
under that, so.
corporate, small business, if you're corporate, your filing date is different than April 15th. It's March 15th.
Correct. And they changed that a few years ago because those types of tax returns, that business doesn't pay taxes on the tax return. The income from that goes on the personal return of the shareholders. And so they moved it back to March 15th, I don't know, 5, 6
Because
years
if
ago,
you are a
to give you time
shareholder-
to put it on, to file your personal return timely.
So, let me see, I don't wanna mess this up and go down a road, but if you're a corporation and you have money left over, it doesn't belong to the corporation, it belongs to the shareholders or the partners in
Correct.
there.
Correct.
And they get a personal statement saying, this is how much money you have.
They'll get a K-1 that's like the
K1,
equivalent of a
right.
W-2, like what any other employee would get.
K1 report
Mhm.
comes out, and then they send that to you, and then you, the individual, although you're in the corporation or an officer, you then have to file your personal tax, and that value is there.
That's counted as income on the personal.
And that value
correct.
could really only be paper. That's my thought. I don't want confusing things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of, sort of. It
Kinda,
depends who
sorta.
you are, where you are in your business.
All right,
if
let
it's a
me get
paper
out of the
value.
way like I should have a minute ago and let you take off with this. I'm sorry.
I thought he
Tax
was doing
tips
pretty
with
good, didn't you?
BKP. I don't know. What?
I thought he was doing fine.
Yeah, you were doing pretty good. You had
What?
it down
No.
pat.
What do you have down there?
So with being a small business, an S corp partnership, again, they're due on March the 15th, and some of the things that you can take off for your business expenses and have changed. Some rules have changed about those with the tax acts of last year. Meals and entertainment and travel. So you can still take your meals.
Slow down. Put the brakes on. Now, I probably should not be peeking over at your notes.
You want me to turn them
But-
over?
No, you have. You have actually. I'm going to call her out. She's written down not lavish for those that have lavish.
That's a huge
or,
tax law change.
Or
Listen,
extravagant.
Listen, we debated about this yesterday on
So
our way home.
they brought lavish and extravagant.
No,
to
we're
the
not
conversation.
allowed. We're not allowed to bring that.
I know that.
You
but
have to
so
eat like
what's that mean?
McDonald's and pizza.
What's that mean? So if you, if because I'll tell you what, I used to be a member of an association, and then I've been in sales for years, and we would have group meetings, and the bill, I've seen the bill pretty high.
So that's
Who
been
calls
nixed.
it nixed? No more lavish?
It's right.
I'm not going.
It's in writing.
Wow.
Yeah.
We did. We really debated this on our way home yesterday, and she told me that I was wrong, and she learned very quickly I was right.
You really
She
want to
said
do
that
this
on-
right here?
right
you
here.
really want to do
She ain't
this
coming
right
next
here?
week.
No,
She's
I
out.
get it. I understand. So seriously, meals and travel. Like, what is the limits? I mean, seriously, on that note, what is the limits of what you can take and what now? What is lavish? I mean, what's the dollar value? How do they
It doesn't give a
define
dollar
it?
value.
Doesn't give that.
But what one of the big things that we debated
The
about.
gray area in the government?
There's always a gray area. It's all about interpretation
I'm on a
of the
roll
law.
today. I can't help
That's
it.
the problem with tax law. It's all interpretive. You can read that tax law. I can read it. She can read it. And we all
And then
three
the
can read
tax man
something
calls
different.
and says, I see it this way.
Or you can get 10 different tax auditors, IRS auditors, and they'll all tell you something different.
Yep.
Because tax law is interpretive, and that's the
This
really.
is a great segment.
So you live in the gray.
is.
You really do. You live in the gray.
Yep.
But with meals, one of the things we thought when this law changed last year was that you could only take your meals if you were traveling or like having a meeting or your Christmas party or taking a client to, proposal. Like I'm a real estate agent and we're meeting for dinner and we're going over the houses I have available for you. Those types of things. Initially it was read that like you could no longer buy lunch for your office just as a convenience to you to keep them working. And those were words that were in there. But that has since been revised, and now it just says that you can take up to 50% of your meals as long as they're not extravagant or lavish, exact words, but as long as the employer and the employee is there. So I can buy lunch from my office if I choose to. I can provide meals if I'm having my manager meeting and they're there from 10 to 2, so you gotta feed them, they're at lunchtime. You can take clients out for dinner. You can. Well, that pretty much covers everything. There's a lot of that goes on. However, entertainment has been cut out. Like Crystal's husband is in the construction business, and they get baseball tickets, football tickets.
Right.
You can no longer take that as an expense on your taxes. You used to be able to. If they wanted to get together and go to the baseball game, they could take that. If Rotary Club is hosting a golf tournament, I could before pay for my employees to go and play as a team in that to support that. That's considered entertainment. You can no longer take that.
We can still sponsor those things.
I can sponsor the event, but I can't pay for them to play in that event. I can't take Crystal's husband. We're just going to pick on Mike today. His company takes him on these big lavish. I'm going to say lavish. They're not rough and tumble.
We went from lavish back from extravagant. We backed it down to lavish now.
They go on the hunting trips. I don't know. I think he went on 4 last year. The company pays for him.
Good for him.
You don't get to take that entertainment anymore. That's considered entertainment for your employee, but they can no longer take that expense to
All
do
right,
that.
folks,
So,
let me say this.
big
I'm
deal.
sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, but let me say this. I like to listen to these two discuss the tax law, and what I hear is, this is the reason why small business. We're talking about corporate tax returns in March, but still yet, no matter if you're a small business sole proprietor, these things apply as far as being able to take these exemptions. But this is why you go to somebody to do tax preparation. This
Yeah.
is why. I mean, even Michael Bloomberg said he couldn't do his taxes on.
Are you sure? He
Yeah,
could
he
be a
did.
farmer.
No, let's not go there.
You started it.
I did. You need a professional. These two have a professional operation. That's why we're here. Mileage, oil changes. I don't know what do you have there? What are we talking about?
So, you still get to take your mileage, or you
Okay.
can depreciate a vehicle. With the mileage, it went from 58 cents last year to 57.5 cents this year. The one thing you want to be very, very diligent about is keep a log of your mileage. Whether it's on a little pocket calendar, a little notebook, whatever, keep a log. And at least one time every year, get your oil changed by a professional so that you have a professional record of the mileage on your vehicle.
Also, the IRS is not a big fan of electronic record keeping. They like the handwritten.
And there's
And
several
why
apps
is that?
out there.
Technology, because there's one, I don't know if I should give them a shout out, but there's one that we use.
They're not caught up to the times, but they did deny one for us on an audit.
Really?
And that was just 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
So we haven't been through
You
one
know,
with someone with electronic since then. So we're just steering everyone away from. That might be a great way for you to keep up, but maybe transfer it once a week or
Okay.
each night
Or print it out.
Yeah, print it out.
Print it out. All right, I get it, because, you know, the electronics, okay, electronics, I keep up with my mileage, we keep up electronically with it. Now, if you go to Google Maps, I know it's a whole different segment, but if you go to Google Maps, it wasn't even a year ago, you put in a direction, an address, and it sent you there. Now, have you noticed it actually is sensing how fast you're running? You picked that up?
Yeah.
Now how fast you're going is picked up. You know where that's going?
I hope not to state troopers.
Sold to insurance companies. Insurance companies know if you drive over the speed limit in a 55, if you drive over the speed limit 35, Google is I'm sorry, but you see what
Apple
I'm saying?
Maps does the same thing.
But you notice now it's telling you how fast you're going. And
Well,
then
your cars do that too.
But you know, I understand, but this is recorded and they're keeping our data. And you know what happens?
They're keeping your data on everything.
Stop for just a second. You know what happens? The people cheer. Oh, isn't that great? They're keeping up with how fast what's wrong with you? They're selling it to the insurance
I'll
company.
be going to jail.
Oh, please, let's
to
move
sell it to
on.
'em.
Please, let's move on.
My insurance will go through the roof.
There you go.
I don't ever do the speed limit.
All right, moving on to taxes.
Next
No
up.
bad words. Or I would say, go ahead.
There's somebody
Moving
over there
on.
showing what I'm thinking.
Moving on.
Receipts and record keeping.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep all your receipts. Keep a log of all that. Categorize them. Again, there's electronic
the
programs and apps
stress.
that help you. That will help you with that. Record keeping is your friend, though. That will save you a lot of money in the end, because when you come in to do your tax return with us, you can just give me the numbers. I'm not required to have those. But if you get a letter or you get audited, you are required to prove every one of your credits, deductions, expenses. So always keep a log, keep records, keep your receipts.
Well, you know what? Most places now, folks, and I do mean this for a lot of businesses, most places you are able to request an emailed receipt.
Yeah, I love it.
And when you request that, you can put it in a folder, and it's real easy to follow. And so that I suggest, because I'm in that boat. Now we're not going into any age, but back in the day, I've always had jobs where I had to keep receipts because I had to turn in expenses. Okay, sales, marketing, whatever it would be.
Right.
But back in the old days, you would actually have to keep the paper. Okay, you'd actually
There's
have to keep
still
the
a
paper.
lot of people that do that.
And
But-
for those people, I recommend doing a folder labeled with the
Right.
month.
You know
Right.
what do they call them?
Well,
The
I used to
accordion
do
folders?
the accordion. I had the accordion in the car. It was a small one, and it had the month, and I didn't care if I went to eat.
Everything went in that month?
I just opened up June, threw it in there. I come out, I got a gas, June, threw it in there. And then into June, I just take a whole pile, go in, and I'm not being sexist, but the lady there would be very angry with me. Is this the best you could do? You wad them all up, and it would be a bad day, and I would get in trouble. But then I would be very charming.
You didn't come to us.
You know how I could be charming?
I haven't seen it.
You're about as charming as we are.
I would be very charming, and I would, it would be okay. Anyhow, but receipts and record keeping, very important. And you know what? It's interesting that we're in 2020 and the government, we'll say it that way, it's still more interested in a paper trail than an electronic trail.
Yes,
Is
they
that
are.
what you're
They
telling
are.
us?
They sure are.
They are.
It's all about the paper trail.
Yep.
Always have a paper trail. I say all the time. Crystal loves and hates me because I'm a keeper of crap. I keep everything. When I put up my Christmas decorations this year, I cleaned out that closet. I have my tax returns all the way back to '93.
Yeah, okay. You don't have to tell people that. We don't need to know that.
It will save you. I'm telling. How many times have I?
Yes,
saved
I
this
get
because
that.
I
I
keep
get
that
that.
stuff.
And while we're on that, and we're going to move along here, but while we're on that, insurance policies. Save insurance
Same
policies.
thing.
Yes, if you're in business, you save your insurance policies, even if you don't have them anymore, because if something happened that year, that somebody claims 10 years later.
And they
Understand?
can. Sadly,
Okay.
we allow them to.
Now, I'm not going to interrupt, promise to everybody out there, but you do have a long list of things, so I want you to run through them the best you can. as fast as you can. Sorry about that, so we don't run out of time.
All right,
here.
we're rolling.
Okay.
QBID, Qualified Business Income Deduction. That's a new one that Trump gave all small businesses, which makes a huge difference on your tax return because you can deduct up to 20% of your net income from your business. So just say you get that K1 from your S Corp or your partnership or your sole proprietor and your net profit is $20,000, you get to deduct 20% of that and you don't pay taxes on that. So that's really a nice thing. There are a lot of limitations to that. There's specified businesses, there's, what else? What am I missing with that one?
Nothing. That's
Yeah,
pretty much
there
it.
is an income limitation. There's some business rules of what kind of business you are, if you can do it, and if your income falls below this level, da 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 da. Of course, there's always what's, but ifs. But that is a wonderful credit that almost all small businesses get to take. It's a fabulous new thing and saves you, just, if you're taking off $10,000 of income from your income at 22%, that's $2,200 you didn't pay in taxes that you would have in the previous year. So that's a really cool one. One of the other big changes that came with the Tax Cuts and Job Act was the Section 179 increasing. It went from $500,000 to $1 million. And what that means to a business owner is you used to only be able to fully write off, like if you bought a saw or a computer or a chair. And they upped that and changed it to that you can write off, if you buy a new tractor this year, you can write that off. You can take that full expense in the 1 year, where you used to have to depreciate it over, I don't know, a tractor is probably 7 or 10 years. Office equipment is 5 years. So, you used to dabble it, get a little piece of that each year. But now you can recognize that expense all in 1 year. They've even now changed and allowed for you to claim a roof and expense that in 1 year. Before, a roof had to be done over 30 years. Sometimes you wouldn't even have the roof and it would still be on your tax return because you've already replaced it again.
Right, I
So
get it.
that's huge. A heating and AC unit used to not be able to take that. Was average $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 to replace your heat and air. So that is now, you can take that off in that current year that you paid it on. We covered the deadline, so for S corporations and partnerships, your deadline is March the 15th. If you can't get in and get that return done timely, make sure you file an extension. The penalty for not filing is $100 per month per member on that return. So if you don't file that extension or file timely, and that is a penalty they do not waive. So make sure you get in and get that filed on time on March the 15th, okay? One of the other things that it's a real hot spot for me is 1099 contractors versus employee. A lot of people, and it's not just in this construction business or lawn maintenance. We've got restaurants that do it. We've got maid service. If you tell someone when to be here, what they specifically have to do today, and when they can go home, that's your employee.
And you supply all of their materials, everything to do the job.
You're an employee.
Yep.
A 1099 employee, which doesn't exist, is like a contractor. I'm the builder. Crystal is my framer. So I call her and let her know, hey, this foundation is ready. I need you to frame this out. It's ready as of Tuesday, and you have till the end of the month to get it done. That's a contractor. That's a 1099 employee. If you get caught by the IRS, that's huge penalties. They will go back on you. You'll have to pay all your back unemployment. They're going to penalize you hugely for not paying your not having workers' comp insurance. You'll have to go back and pay the Medicare and Social Security.
Department of Labor will make you pay back taxes.
It's
the thing there, and I've got to get out. I don't mean to be. I took up too much of your time. I'm sorry, but the thing there is, every single industry has different requirements based on, I see people in Atlanta, okay, the news industry has gotten to where they contract with somebody,
Yep.
and they take the video camera. Now they still have, and I won't mention the names, but they still have the media badge, and
Yep.
they contract to this
Yeah.
network, but they go to the Capitol, because when they go to the Capitol, they do that. they give the footage over. They'll go to the next thing for the and I've had people come up here and I say, "Well, you work for Fox 5?" Well, it'll say contractor for Fox 5 or so.
Right.
I just charge that. I don't know if Fox 5. I'm sorry. I really am. I don't want to be. No. I don't know. I really don't know. I want to be. But you know what I'm saying.
Yes, we get your point.
So I'm not saying, I want to be clear, Fox 5, you do that. I'm not for sure. I just, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, there are differences.
But as soon as the government wants to identify somebody a certain way, that's the way they're identified, period.
Yes.
You will not question
Correct.
that. Go ahead. I don't mean to hold you up.
Okay, so in closing and finishing up about the small businesses, we can help you set up that small business, the LLC, the S-Corp partnership. We can help you do your bookkeeping, your payroll, quarterly payments, get you a P&L. Lots of people need P&Ls for a lot of different things, for getting a loan, getting your insurance. So we're here. We can help you with all those needs. We can take care of any small business needs.
Also,
in our offices.
bookkeeping and payroll. You can handle all of those needs too.
There's my expert.
There's your expert. Hey, folks, this is Tax Tips, H&R Bennett, H&R Block with Beth Bennett and Crystal. What's your last name? Nadolski. We can't put. They didn't put her on the marquee. I can't remember it. H&R Block. They have several locations. They're going to give you one way to find them, so you can get with them, and maybe they want to name all their locations. And they will. It's tax season. They will fit you in. So all you got to do is call them, and they will make special arrangements to talk to you. But the things we talked about this morning concerning small business filing, this is one of the many reasons why I feel you should get somebody to prepare your taxes. Not only do they help you with all these things we talked about this morning, they also look everything over and prep you for next year. And that's what I always like to highlight. So ladies, thank you very much. I always enjoy it. Do you want to tell them how to find you or how many locations? What do you want to say? It's like a debate. You got your last 30 seconds. Use it.
It's my elevator speech.
This is it, elevator speech.
All right,
for those that don't understand that.
You can find us at hrblock.com because we do have locations all over in the North Georgia area. So reach out to hrblock.com for us. You can find our tax pros on there, make your appointment, find our phone numbers, come and see us. We'd love to do your taxes.
Thank you, Beth and Crystal Nadolski. Did I get that?
You sure did.
See, I could do it if I try. We'll be right back right after these messages. You can always watch these great tax tips on our YouTube channel, Fetch Your News, FYN TV, playlist, tax tips, H&R Block, Beth Bennett. Let's come back and wrap right up after these messages. Take us out of here, Destiny.
Room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Lower Chevy prices? Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done. With huge savings on a massive new Chevy selection. Now save over $12,000 off new Silverados. More than $8,000 off new Equinox. You'll save thousands no matter which Chevy you choose. Lower prices, more for your trade, and outstanding customer care. Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Let's go straight to video. What a great morning. I've enjoyed this. I have not gotten to everything I wanted to do, but we're pretty daggone close, so we're going to go to video. Obviously, you want some of the highlights. You're begging for some of the highlights from last night's debate. So Destiny, let's see what we have here. Let's go with, wait a minute. There we go. Let's go with Bloomberg kicks off debate. Let's listen to a little bit of that, and then I'll bring you back.
Mayor Bloomberg, I'll let you respond to that. Do you think Senator Sanders' economy would be better for America than President Trump?
I think that Donald Trump thinks it would be better if he's president. I do not think so. Vladimir Putin thinks that Donald Trump should be president of the United States, and that's why Russia is helping you get elected, so you'll lose to him.
Let me tell Mr. Putin, okay, I'm not a good friend of President Xi of China. I think President Xi is an authoritarian leader. And let me tell Mr. Putin, who interfered in the 2016 election, try to bring Americans against Americans. Hey, Mr. Putin, if I'm president of the United States, trust me, you're not going to interfere in any more American elections.
All right, back to me. So the Ruskies, all right? There's a bunch of pinko commies on stage. So let's go to the Joe is not okay. The Democrat debate video, Joe is not okay. Let's go with that one for a minute.
Drug companies. We give immunity to tobacco companies. That has caused carnage on our streets. 150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. More than all the wars, including Vietnam, from that point on. carnage on our street. And I want to tell you, if I'm elected and I'm coming for you and gun manufacturers, I'm going to take you on and I'm going to beat you. I'm the only one who's drug companies. We give immunity to tobacco companies. That has caused carnage on our streets. 150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. More than all the wars, including Vietnam, from that point on. Carnage on our street. And I want to tell you, if I'm elected and I'm coming for you and gun manufacturers, I'm going to take you on and I'm going to beat you.
And you wonder why counties are sending the signal that they are Second Amendment sanctuary counties. That guy has lost it, folks. Now, Joe Biden said last night he will win South. Vice President Biden, you said that if South Carolina is a pivotal point. It sounds like you would get out. Will you get out of the race? I will win South Carolina. I will win South Carolina. I will come for your guns. And there's been 150 million people just gunned down. Everybody got a machine gun mowing them down. 150 million people. Woo! That's right. Ric Flair needs to give that woo right there, boy. 150. That's a Ric Flair move. Now, they're all pinko commies, all of them. And we had to go back 40 years to find the footage of the actual. You have all of these people right after the debate is over at the roundtables. And they're all debating what's actually going on here. But only one guy 40 years ago knew these who knew that these pinko commies would exist today? None other than, play the tape. None other than, it's the one that says, all in the family pinko protest.
He's busy with his books and his studying.
Yeah, and all that commie crapola. Get that treason off of my chair.
Archie, when are you going to stop with this commie jazz? It's all over, Arch. The Red Scare's kaput. Nixon's going to Peking, remember?
Hold it, buddy. He ain't there yet.
What's that supposed to mean?
5 presidents have been warning us for the last 25 years against them red chinks. Now, nobody's going to tell me that the signals is off now, and 1 billion enemies is now our friends. Oh, no. Mr. Nixon has got something up the sleeve.
Yeah, like recommending they be admitted to the UN.
Oh, that'd be the day when this country sits down with a nation of chink ping pong players who don't believe it.
I think chink ping pong players gave us the coronavirus. I didn't say it, Archie did. Holy mackerel. A bunch of pinko commies on the stage last night. All right, folks, let me do my pictures of the day. Let's get this over with. Number 1. There they are, those lovely ladies. I forget their name. Elise King is their name, whatever. There is Margaret Brennan from CBS Face the Nation. Hey, we have rules here. We have rules. Could you guys apply by the rules? The Animal House last night. So let's go to number 2. There's the whole group right there. It's a nice family photo of CBS attempting to herd cats. Herd cats. Anyhow, Major Garrett, what happened? I need to know from Major Garrett. What happened? All right. Let's go to the next one, number 3. San Francisco declares state of emergency over coronavirus. Yes, not a case. Not a case has been, and here's number 4. Just a little backdrop on a nice, sunny, smelly day in San Francisco with the homeless. Not a case of coronavirus, state of emergency. People living in their own feces. Something we're just going to have to deal with. We're going to bypass the other one. Okay. Number 8. They are going bat crap crazy. Listen, Governor Brian Kemp, you could have done this. You had 500 applications. I would love if the senator of Georgia today was a college graduate And I'd have people screaming, they have no experience, they don't know the rules. They're not the damn swamp. Do you realize if anybody tells you they don't want somebody to go to Washington, D.C. because they don't know the rules and they don't have experience, that is translated in, I need a little bit of swamp, just a little bit in my politician. Oh. Here it is, number 10, Margaret Brennan. Okay. Last night, could you stay in your lane? Can you stay in your lane, please? Gotta love it. Here it is, number 11, coronavirus will spread in U.S. CDC. The fear, okay? Number 13, U.S. intel says Russia is interfering in an election and trying to help Senator Sanders. What do you think that is? You know, they don't ask a single one of these candidates. Okay, let me ask you a question. Where do you build on 3.6% unemployment? So if you become president and you are on inauguration day and unemployment is 3.6, do you tell Americans you've got a plan to make it 2.1? Do you tell Americans you have a plan that will maintain 3.6? Currently, Latina, Hispanic, whatever the hell they are, women and blacks in America, lowest recorded unemployment in recorded history for these groups. How will you continue to maintain that? Never a question. No. Did you hear opiates crisis last night? No question. Okay, go on. Number 14, Biden scolds Sanders in controversial gun vote. 15, Elizabeth Warren continues to try to make an effort to beat the hell out of the little mini Mike. Warren and Bloomberg trade barbs on debate stage. Did he say, because I'm not taking up for Mike Bloomberg, we all know I could care less for him. Did he say, kill it? Because I'm going to tell you, Warren's not beyond lying. Crickets. She's not. She's not beyond lying that she's an Indian. She's not beyond lying about any damn thing. She'll look right at the camera and lie. Okay? Point being is, did she lie about Michael Bloomberg to try to score because she's almost out? Because if he said kill it, Oh, by the way, does that make her, let's go to number 16, is she pro-life now? Is she? I mean, she's talking about being pregnant in her first year right out of college, and she looks so nice and everything. Just spring and pregnancy and Elizabeth, but she got fired from her teaching job. Is she pro-life now? I thought the Democrat slogan was kill it. I thought that's what they were. Kill it. I don't know what the market is doing today. I'm not interested in it. I want to know. Here's a poll, number 23. Top choice for Dems nominee. There you go. They got into it last night, number 25. Dem brawl in final debate. Biden says, Steyer, well, you own prisons. Yeah, I have my own president. You're a bad guy, throw you in my own president. That's not number 24. Did I say 8? Whatever it was. The first 24, if there's 2 24s, get to the other 24. Oh, that's not 24. What do I have, 3 24s? There you go. It's a bad time in the show for me having to rely on counting. Number 24 there. Biden looks over at Steyer and says, but you own prison. Steyer said, yes, if you're a bad guy, you got to go in my prison. The joke didn't land because I had to say 24 6 times. But anyhow, it was good material. Number 25, there's Amy. She had good hair last night. That's all I could give her. It wasn't bad hair. She is the one that wrote the law with the boyfriend clause. Well, you got one of them boyfriends? Let me tell you something, okay? No, I better not. I may be encouraging violence, and I better stay away from it. I can tell you how to handle a bad boyfriend. Whether you like, now, damn it, it's always one of those. Okay, number 37, let's leave. I told you daily. There is Kelly's jet. Absolutely, there she is, Kelly's jet. Number 38, we all know that Kelly is the wealthiest. There she is, Kelly Loeffler. At net worth $500 million. She's the wealthiest member of Congress. Number 39, there she is, pictured with her husband Jeffrey and Brian, and they're all smiling because it's only 2 weeks till Johnny retires, and you never know what'll happen. They didn't know that night. They claimed in that article that the couple barely knew each other. But here's number 40, just months earlier at the Buckhead Coalition. Brian and Jeffrey are just smiling away like old pals. Here's number 41, where Kemp gave Trump the old snarl. Yeah, you want me to appoint somebody? You check my handshake out, buddy. I'm not Macron over in France. Check my handshake. Here's my snarl. I'll do what the hell I want. Interesting. So let's end with this one, 42. Kelly Loeffler, Doug Collins fight is dialed up to 11. This is my Brian Kemp's what in the world did I do here face. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. Oh, so anyhow, tomorrow is Thursday. We will be back tomorrow, and that's all I could tell you. But we're out for now. Later.